So my name's Alison Vasey and I'm a landscape and seascape painter.
How long have you been creating and how did you get into it?
So I've always loved drawing and painting, and then just started doing some more courses, and I moved to New Mills in 2015 and I started exhibiting in the art trail in 2016. So that was really my sort of start of exhibiting and getting my work properly seen. That was really sort of started me on the journey, I suppose, of getting my work out there.
What is your preferred medium to work with and why?
So oil painting is my preferred medium, and the reason for that is I just find them a lot more versatile. You can get a lot of rich, deep sort of effects and colours with oil paints, and you can sort of use them in lots of different ways. You can use them with a very thin sort of layers of colour being built up in a glaze, or you can use them very thick in pasto where you get lots of lovely textural effects. You can add other things to oils as well, like chalks and different sort of mediums to make the paint react in a different way depending on what overall effect you want to get with the oil paint. So I love it.
What are your inspirations and influences?
So I love the work of artists like Turner, also some of the impressionists like Degas and Vincent van Gogh, people like that. And also I like some of the Australian impressionists as well. So Arthur Streeton, who did these sort of huge, vast sort of landscapes of Australia, but just really beautifully atmospheric and gorgeous use of colour. But there's lots of people, and I like going to galleries, and I like sort of seeing what people are up to. So definitely being out and about is an inspiration. So being outdoors, walking in all weathers often. And I love a moody skies. People will probably recognise that in my work.
How has lockdown affected your creativity and the way you work?
So lockdown has given me a little bit more space to think about things, and I guess I've been spending a bit more time sketching and doing things more locally, so around the house and around the garden, and then on sort of local walks and things like that. So I've been focusing a lot more on the local landscapes around New Mills and Whaley Bridge and sort of round and about. So I've been taking more time on sort of smaller details, and I think that's really important. It's good for your sort of mental well-being, I think, as well, is sort of appreciating the small things, and that's something that painting and drawing can really sort of help you with.
So what are you currently working on? Do you find that you're often doing loads of things at once, or do you like to focus on one piece of work at a time?
At the moment I'm just focusing on one thing, but I've got lots of sort of ideas bubbling in the background, so I've sort of started sort of getting some of those down in sketches, and because I use watercolours quite a lot when I'm sketching and in inks, and I've quite enjoyed putting some mixed media things together as well during lockdown, which I've not done so much before. I think generally speaking I'm focusing on one big painting at a time, but I'll have other things bubbling away underneath.
What advice do you have for young artists?
So my advice for young artists, I think, is really to go for it. Artists tend to, and I do it, we are very self-critical, and we look at things that we've done and we think, oh, that is horrendous, but without thinking that it's all part of a process and it's all part of learning and it's all part of trial and error, and sort of getting out and doing and experiencing is the best way to learn that I've found. So really, yeah, I think just get out there and try to find ways of managing those mental processes that help you to get out of a very sort of critical mindset and try and be more positive about things. So yeah, hopefully that will be good advice for young artists. Just go for it.